Thank you, Jesus. Y'all don't even know what it took to get to this moment. I will tell you guys details later. But oh my God, y'all, I can't believe. He gotta touch the ground. He's in the motherland for the first time out of his whole family, all the generations since slavery that were brought to America from Africa. He's the first in his bloodline to touch the motherland right now. First in centuries since his family was stolen and brought over here. He made it home.
Every black person living should go to Ghana and see them slave castles so you can see what they did to us. You got to see what they did to us. You got to see how they built these dungeons underground and they put these churches on top and they dug holes in the ground to pump the music of what they call their Christianity into the holes while, man, they did, let me explain something to y'all. They walk them as far as they can first to make them lose weight. They put them in a room, then they cut a door, and after you've been in this room in 2 weeks, they walk you through this door. If you lose the right amount of weight, you fit through the door. If you don't fit through the door, you got to stay in this room right here. Then you're in this room for another week, they make you lose some more weight. Then you fit through another door. If you can't fit through the door, you ain't lost enough weight. You got to go through 4 doors like that before you go through the door of no return.
This is a dead cell. No food, no water until you die. There wasn't any light.
The cruelty of the slave trade didn't begin when displaced Africans stepped onto plantations, nor when they began their journey across the Middle Passage. It started here.
About 150 women were here. And they said that time there were no toilet facilities for them. And this is the original floor.
On the coast of southern Ghana sits one of the oldest slave castles in the world. Millions of Africans were held here for 3 months at a time before being shipped across the world in chains.
Initially, the trade was barter. When they shifted to slave trade, the same rooms were also converted into dungeons.
One of the things you can kind of tell as soon as you get in this room is the smell. The fact that you can still smell like menstruation and kind of, it has, because it's original flora, I guess, it keeps that smell.
The castle housed Portuguese soldiers, missionaries, and merchants, but all were overseen by a governor who regularly picked female slaves from the courtyard to bring to his room.
So the governor stands here and he chooses the one he likes. So the woman will climb this to the governor's place.
For those female slaves who rebelled against the governor, punishment came in the form of public humiliation.
Was there ever like a revolt from the slaves that were here?
By all means. So that is why we have a cannonball there. They use that ball to punish the female slaves. It will be chained to your leg to serve as a deterrent to the rest of the female slaves.
For the men, the punishment was permanent.
This is a dead cell for the male slaves. Those who were rebellious, like those who tried to escape fighting the masters, they were also brought here. No food, no water until you die.
That's why they have that skull.
Yeah, that's why
there.
we have a crossbone and a skull.
Men and women were kept separate throughout their stay. Husbands didn't see their wives, mothers couldn't see their sons.
Slave exit to waiting boats.
But they were reunited very briefly at the door of no return.
This is the door of no return. Millions of souls pass through here on their way to, I guess, the Caribbean, Europe, America.
This seaside castle was used for captivity for more than 300 years, holding 1,000 slaves at a time and then shipping them out every 3 months. It's just one of nearly 40 castles along the Ghanaian coast, which makes it impossible to count the number of lives
I've been asking why this time the African American are highly and hugely moving back to Africa. Why are they moving so fast in Africa? Why this time? Why now? You know what? This is the time. This is the awaited time. This is the awaited time because Nothing is possible before its time. Even a woman cannot give birth before the time comes. So all that is happening today, it is happening because it is the time. It is the prescribed time. So today all that is happening, and people are like, they're so surprised, and they're asking many questions. Why this is happening today? We never saw this happening in 2000. We never saw this happening in 19 somethings. We never saw this happening in 2010. Why it is happening today? Because this is the time that it was expected to be done. So it has come to the time, or to the right time, where now the government of US themselves declared the war against the black people. They declared the war and give out the warning that you people, you have to go back to your countries. And this is what is happening. I can agree with the words of Mr. Harvey when he was in an interview, and he was being asked, why are they moving to the Africa? Because these people have been born in America. They have been raised there, educated there, and they grew up doing their business there. They have invested hugely in America. But they have decided to put aside all they have all that they have been doing all these years, and decide to take another opportunity in life, another chance, another way on how to do things in the life. So they have decided to leave apart all that they have been doing in America and relocate back to Africa, no matter how it is.
Every black person living should go to Ghana and see them slave castles so you can see what they did to us.
You know, many people have been thinking that maybe the people of low class, only the black Americans of low class, are only those one who are moving to Africa because maybe they are not capable of paying for their security and affording to some bills and everything. But I presented you a video of many celebrities like Michael J. White, Mr. Harvey, Rick Ross, Tyler, and many celebrities, black Americans, who have moved back to Africa. These people, first of all, they are first class people. They are very rich. They have the capability of doing anything. Maybe even if it can be able to buy freedom, they can buy their freedom. But why have they just choose to go back to Africa and follow the other black Americans who are moving to go and relocate and reconnect with their DNA, with their ancestral background? Because they are not doing this because they want to, but because the history, because the spirits and their bloodline is pushing them to do all that they are doing today. They are doing this because their DNA is pushing them. Their ancestors are pushing them. Go to where you belong. Go to where you belong. Go and try to achieve our agendas. Try to work with our dreams, because we died fighting for this. It is the time now you take the chance, you play your part, and make sure that you achieve our dreams. And this is what is happening. So for any African American who have never traveled across Africa, you've gone through the history, you've heard the stories, you feel about your history, then you have to do something. You have to go back to Africa, to Ghana, and get to view all those places where your ancestors were taken from. Go and take a look of those cages, of those prisons that were left there, where your ancestors were being tortured, were being humiliated before they were taken to America. And you really know why the Africans insist for the black Americans to reconnect back to their ancestral background, so that at least they can embrace their ancestral spirits. It is not something which is that light. This is a heavyweight thing. This is a heavyweight incident. So the Africans are concerned about these issues because they know the history. They know all that happened to their ancestors. And they know that everything that happened was not supposed to be done to the human because that was unhuman. So today, the Americans, the white people, the government of America are so surprised. They're in panic when they saw these lots of African Americans are moving back to Africa, ditching their American homeland. And they are not doing this because the Africans have come out to call them. No. But even if the Africans would have not come out to speak about these issues, still, it will have happened because we are not the one pushing this to happen. But the time is telling, the history is speaking, and the nature is recommending. So all that is happening today, we always say that it's not accidentally, but it's a spiritually, it's a history, and it's a prophecy. So when you sit down today and go through the history of what happened, the Americans are the one who have been coming out to apologize to the black people to what they committed. They're the one who've been coming out to reparate and pay, compensate for everything to the families that faced genocides, that encounters all the problems during the time of slavery and all these years they have been living under colonization. But still, they are the one who are still coming out to accuse, to discriminate and humiliate these people, despite all they did towards them. So, if you ask this question, why African Americans are moving so fast in a large number to go back to Africa, yet Africans are not complaining? Even if you today live in a place where people are not comfortable with you, and you find that there is another place that people are calling you, they are insisting that you have to go to that place, what will you do? What will you choose? Automatically, you will go to the place where you are being called, you are being invited. And when you go there, people are so happy with you. They are so warm welcome. You are being warm welcomed. They're so appreciative to have you. You are so comfortable. Automatically, you'll do what these people are doing. The freedom songs that ancestors sing, the cast they put in America, and all they speak negatively towards America is what is happening today. So everything is happening on its time. This incident has happened when the government of America is fighting so hard to make sure that the African Americans go back to their lands. And at the same time, their economy has been shaken. Their life is shaking. The government is collapsing. The economy is in trouble, in crisis. And it's now, maybe they expected that the black people will be the one coming out to cry loudly because of all these problems. But again, they find themselves that the people whom they have been expecting that maybe they will be the one coming to cry out most because maybe this problem will be hitting them most. They're the same people who have been quiet, and all that they are doing, all their expectations have gone wrong. At this time, all their expectations have gone wrong. And now, instead of celebrating for the problems towards the black people, and now today, they're the one who are coming out to ask for help, to ask for the black hands in this problem so that they can fight and maybe win this war together. But they find this time things going other way around. The people who have been expected to be crying out because of these problems and challenges and this crisis, they're the people who are so very comfortable. For those who are still in America, they're very comfortable with it because they have been used to this. And those who are moving out, they're moving out happily, and they are so overwhelmed of all for the decision that they have made, because this was their dream. This was their dream for the entire of their life. So the time is speaking, and the nature is acting. The karma is paying everyone according to what he deserves. Thank you for your time. Just tell me what to have the comment section. If you are a black person, African American, and you feel what we are feeling, if you are happy for all that is happening today, and you maybe expected this to happen, but not this time, hit out, shout out, say something. Let know what are you saying, what do you think, what do you feel. Let's know your expression. Thank you, and be blessed wherever you're reaching from. Thank you for supporting. Let's meet on the next episode. Be blessed wherever you're reaching from. I love and appreciate your support.